I'd like to welcome the executive producer of the film to share his stories and his thoughts and his memories of the film. So without further ado, please put your hands together once again and give a warm welcome to Truth Hawk, otherwise known as Seth Jarrett. Thank you. Hello. Here we go. Welcome, welcome, Black Hat cinema goers. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm T.W. Hawk, aka Seth Jarrett. That's the credit you'll see in the movie. And everyone calls me Truth, so you should too. So I'm here again. I was here last year to share 10 things you didn't know about 10 things I hate about you. And this year, I'm back to share some other little tidbits in a kind of a unique way. But I wanted to ask, by a show of applause, who here is seeing the movie for the first time? Wow. Well, you're in for a treat. You're in for a real surprise. This is a movie that gets better every time you see it. And in fact, last year when I was here, I watched the movie again and I thought, wow, there's a reason this is held up for so long. It's well directed, it's well cast, well acted, great story, good characters, really well written. And so I thought what I would share tonight, in the vein and the spirit of the movie, is the things that I hate about 10 Things I Hate About You. So, if you've seen the movie, you'll know there's a very thin line between love and hate. And our protagonists, Katarina Stratford and Patrick Verona, they have a love-hate relationship. And in the movie, she shares a poem where she's talking about the things she hates, hence the title, but it's really the things she loves. So keep that in mind as I iterate for you some of the things that I hate about this movie, because it doesn't mean that I really hate them, I really love them. So feel free to laugh. So the first thing I hate about this movie is, when you make a movie, you make it for the moment, right? For the zeitgeist, to connect with an audience at the time. So we made this teen comedy in order to connect with teenagers in the 90s, the late 90s actually. The film came out in 1999, but now you're all here, still enjoying it, about to enjoy it again. What are you doing? This was made for 1999, it's 26 years later. Why are you here? I hate that. Very good, you're getting the joke. Okay, second thing I hate about this movie. These actors were total unknowns. This was Heath Ledger's first studio movie. We had young actors who had never really done anything before. No one knew who they were. So it was a big surprise when everyone enjoyed their performances and saw, what a great job we did as the producers. But now you're seeing this film in the context of all of these movie stars. Julia Stiles has had a big movie star career. She was in the Bourne franchise. She's a director. Heath Ledger, rest in peace, had won a posthumous Oscar. Chris Nolan has cast Joseph Gordon-Levitt and David Krumholtz in his films. Gabrielle Union's a movie star. So now, the surprise is ruined. I hate that. Okay, another thing I hate about this movie. This was a secret treasure. You know, when you find something and you're the only one to know about it, and it's like that delicious gem, it's just your treasure, but then you decide to tell a few people about it and share your treasure, and they agree this is really great. And then they tell friends, and then you tell more friends, and then before you know it, your secret treasure that was yours all alone in an apartment in Hollywood trying to make a name for yourself is now shared all over the world. So now you're going to enjoy my secret treasure For that, you're welcome. Another thing that I hate about this movie, which is also what I hate about Hollywood, is everyone steals your great idea. It's your idea, and then everyone else decides it's their idea. Like this movie. I read a great script, and I decided to share it with and tell everybody that I knew. But it wasn't actually my idea to make a teen comedy for that time period, because I grew up watching John Hughes movies, which I loved, and I wanted to make a teen classic. So it was originally the writer's idea, their great idea, and it started Karen McCullough and Kiwi Smith wrote this on a cocktail napkin. Karen had written a list of all the things in her high school journal that she hated about her boyfriend, Anthony. Kiwi thought that was a great leaping off point. She's like, why don't we make it 10 things, and why don't we remake a classic and set it in high school? So it really wasn't actually even their idea either. It was William Shakespeare's idea, because it's based on his play, Taming of the Shrew. So Shakespeare's great idea became their great idea, which was then my great idea to share it. And now, I'm sure at least a few of you are sitting in the audience, and it was your great idea to have a date night at an outdoor screening at Black Cat Cinema and watch 10 Things I Hate About You. So now my great idea is everybody's great idea. You're welcome. A couple things I hate about this movie is that the teenagers are so unrealistic. So in our movie, there's no texting, there are no TikTok videos being made, they're not on their phones because they didn't have them. They actually related to each other. They went to rock concerts, they drove around, they went on hikes, they had paintball fights, they went to parties. It's so unrealistic because teenagers don't do that anymore. They spend their lives on their phones. So that's one thing I hate, but I'm actually glad that you all relate to this movie and still enjoy it, because there was a time before there was technology. The other thing I hate about these teenagers is teenagers don't really get along, but our teenagers did. They all liked each other. So all the actors, which is another thing, usually you have movie stars who don't get along and bicker and fight and quarrel and they're jealous. That wasn't the case on this movie. We all hung out in Heath Ledger's hotel room. They all admired him. He even had Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Julia Stiles became a couple. They went to Columbia University together. So it was, again, another instance of being totally unrealistic as a teen movie. Another thing I hate, the adventure is going to continue. This is going to go on and on. And the reason for that is we're making a Broadway musical from 10 Things I Hate About You. So we have a Tony Award-winning producer, we have the composer, we have the songwriter, we have someone writing the book, which is what they call the musical play, the script. So next year, maybe, we'll all be singing and dancing 10 Things I Hate About You, and then this whole circus is going to continue for another 25 years. So get ready for that. So my last and final thing that I hate the most about this movie, like Katarina Stratford, is I don't hate this movie. I don't hate it at all. Not even a little bit, not even close, not even a smidgen. I don't hate 10 Things I Hate About You, not even at all. So, enjoy the show, Black Cat Cinema goers. I'm Truth, aka Seth Jarrett. Thank you for having me, and enjoy the movie.